We go once again live to Caracas, Venezuela, as the top court of the country has summoned and is receiving the presentations and the hearings that have called upon all former presidential candidates and also representatives of the political parties that are presenting themselves before the top court, specifically before the electoral chamber of the top court. This is a hearing that is taking place at the headquarters of the Supreme Court in Caracas, Venezuela, and we can see as yet another one of the presidential political parties that have presented themselves in the July 28th election are appearing before the top court, and they are awaiting at this moment as the authorities are about to enter the session. We have been closely following all this process since the beginning of the hearings that began on Wednesday and that will continue. We are talking about this first round of hearings to recover all necessary information, evidence that political parties may need to present before the Supreme Court of Venezuela upon their request. The first request was summoning all former presidential candidates and also representatives of political parties and legal representatives. So this is what we are seeing now. Different candidates that took part in the July 28th elections have been going through the headquarters of the Supreme Court of the electoral chamber all along yesterday. This is Wednesday 16th, and now Thursday the same thing. We are looking at the current hearing that is about to begin as the authorities are about to enter the hall. Let's recall that this process was initiated by the contentious appeal filed by Nicolás Maduro, president of Venezuela. So this is what we are looking at right now. The contentious appeal filed by Nicolás Maduro led to the Supreme Court to taking charge of this investigation, thorough investigation into the entire electoral process of July 28th from before, during, and after Election Day, also including a series of accusations and violent acts that follow the election. And one of the first instances of this thorough investigation has been to summon all political participants to appear before the Supreme Court, and that is what we are seeing today and also what we saw yesterday. We have just seen the first authorities, in this case General Prosecutor Tarek William Saab, who came into the hearing. He also greeted the participants, and now we are waiting for the top authorities of this chamber, that is Carlicia Rodriguez, who will probably just in some minutes come into the chamber and initiate this hearing that we are seeing right now. Let's recall this is all part of the process of investigation that is being led by Venezuelan top court into the entire process. One of the aims is to clarify anything that needs to be clarified. Those were the words of President Nicolás Maduro in the face of what the government has also denounced as constant attacks from foreign media and also foreign powers. Several denunciations that were made by some sectors of the opposition, precisely the extreme right-wing sectors of the opposition, that have presented no evidence. So this process aims to clarify all of that and also call the political parties to present their evidence. Now we're looking at the authorities that are taking a seat and initiating.
It's been declared and opened the hearing. Please, clerk, said the purpose of this hearing. The purpose of this hearing is in correspondence with the Article 85 of the Organic Law of the Supreme Court of Justice, and so it is applicable to the organic law and to the purpose of receiving the candidates must respond to the questions of the Supreme Court, and she's saying the number, the expedient number, and it is being recorded that the lawyer Orlando Duque is present, who is acting, who is representation of the Soluciones por Venezuela movement, and it is being present Dr. Tarek William Saab, functioning as the Attorney General of the Republic.
We're looking at the hearing that is beginning at this moment. Once again, we are closely following all the process that is being carried out at the top court of Venezuela regarding the elections of July 28th. We'll come back to this as the day continues. In other news,